Okay, so this is a video which is basically tips on a chandelier. We installed the Schonbek Sarella RS8306N-401A, which is, a chandelier. And basically, this is going to cover, because the instructions were terrible, this is going to just cover the basics on the actual installation. So we get these instructions, and so far it's okay. Like, this part is fine. All this is fine. You just basically thread your wire through the rod, which is actually not in the instructions, but anyway, you thread the wire through the rod and it goes up and into your wall plate on your roof. Thread it through the hanging, and because we didn't have basically a good support for the chandelier, so we basically split this up and put another hook here and connected the two together. So let me show you what it looks like. And that's what it looks like. So we've got the support hook here. We thread the wire through the chain, and that ends up with the Schonbek stuff on that side. So that's the way it is. And this is in full brightness mode. You can also reduce it. I've Z-Wave enabled this chandelier. It works very well with Z-Wave. We use Philips LEDs on this one. So if I change the chandelier down to low, you can see it dims right down, medium, slightly back up, and high is full brightness. So let me put it on low. And yeah, this one uses a Honeywell Tuxedo Touch to do the Z-Wave stuff. Anyway, so this part is fine as per the instructions. Just remember to thread the wire through the rod itself. This part is also fine. The screws are actually provided in the base. There's no separate carton for the screws, so you just basically screw it in, plug it in. This is where it gets a bit sticky because these are really hard to push in. So push them in on the left and follow that all the way through. So you basically just connect these two, push them in on the left, and then slide it through, and then put two screws in as shown. This is also annoying because this relies on the bulb, and these are the bulbs basically. So if I dim it, actually let me switch it off, and you can see the bulbs, which are these bulbs here. And these are the regular bulbs. I've basically color enabled them. You can see that it's a balanced 3:1, 3:3, warm to daylight. So let me switch it on. Yeah, so you can see yellow, white, yellow, white. So basically, and it's a fairly decent looking chandelier as well. So yeah. And switch it to off. Yeah, so that's what it looks like when it's off, and it's actually fairly decent looking. Yeah, so like I was saying, these are the standard Philips LEDs. They're daylight and yellow, and you can see the tricky part is these things are not attached. They're just held down by the LED bulbs being screwed in, so which is annoying, but that's a chandelier for you. So going back to the instructions. So we put these. This, I don't know what it's there for. It's kind of pointless. This, on the other hand, shows these. So the next thing you'll do is fix these Swarovskis. Since the chandelier comes with Swarovski crystals, you switch these Swarovskis in. And this is also fairly straightforward. This thing can actually be replaced with a regular screwdriver. It's just a little bit small, so you use your small screwdriver kit. It comes in the kit, but it's a one-time use thing. Like once you use it, it bends and it's useless. So this one attaches with a simple screw. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the Swarovski crystal and a little one on the top edge thereabouts, almost invisible. The thing the instructions don't show is how to do these, and these are fixed simply by dropping them between the slots. And there's also holes there for the other ones, which are also not shown on the diagram. So you'd have alternating length, long and short, and you drop them into the slots on the top of the base. So the base is here and has alternating slots. So let me see if I can pull up a better image. That's the base. So if you can see, let me focus. So these are the slots where you'd slot in those Swarovskis. They're 5-sided Swarovskis, so you slot them in and then the two sides will sort of support the structure. And alternating long and short. And there's also little pinholes here which support the rest of them. So my advice is first do the pinhole ones, which I didn't know because it's not in the instructions at all. You do the pinhole ones first. With a plier, you'd basically squeeze them in. It does come with 8 extra pins, so you can use those. And then you put the crystal in here into all these slots, and then you'd get the full shiny. Let me focus in the middle. There you go. You get the full shiny effect. You can see from the top that, let me focus that, that's it. So you can see the pin holes on the top, which is yay. That's a pin, and that's the Swarovski crystal embedded in that slot. And that's about it. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward install and it looks decent, considering what it's worth. So yeah, sorry, that was my home alarm system going, since it has voice recognition built in. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what it looks like when it's done. It's nice and shiny. Let me go down a little bit and show you. It's nice and shiny. Put it on, and slightly brighter, and slightly brighter still. And it'll light up a good sized room, no problem. It's pretty decent. So that's what it looks like. That's low and off. Come on, go low. And that's alternating yellow and white lights. So fairly decent looking. That's it off. Fairly decent looking chandelier, and that's the Sarella RS8306N-401A. It's about 4 to 5K depending on how much you can find it at. A little bit of a discount, you might get it for about 3K ish if you can find it at that price. You might find old stock. It's full Swarovski crystals. It's fairly decent. So that's it.